Jody with Bass Club Chicago, and I've been anxiously awaiting the debut of this head, and I'm extremely excited to do a demo on it. This here is the DNA 1350 bass head. That's 1350 watts into a 7-pound package. I can't think of another head out there that comes close to these types of specs in terms of power, portability, being as lightweight as it is. I also believe it's going to be somewhat of a game changer in the bass head market. DNA stands for David Nordchow Audio, and David was kind enough to debut this head here at Bass Club Chicago. A few days ago we had an in-store clinic, and we got 30 to 40 local Chicago bass players to spend their Saturday putting this head through its paces. We got a lot of great feedback. A lot of people really love the head. It's extremely articulate, lots of clarity, extremely powerful, very low noise. You may be familiar with David's other work from the Eden David bass line cabinets and heads. This is quite different from what you may be familiar with in regards to the World Series, the WT800, stuff like that. This is an all solid state head, no tube pre-section, no tube power section, with very high quality components and chipsets in it. The components you would find in this head, you would also find in a lot of vintage Neve consoles. So you get really high audio fidelity, very low noise, just an all around a really well built, great sounding head. Dave went through all the design aspects of the heads and highlighted a ton of the features that he put into this head, and I'm just going to try and remember as many as I can and highlight a few that really stuck out to me. It all starts over here with your input, standard 1/4 inch. Nothing too fancy there, but you also have a rear input because these heads are rack mountable. So if you're running a wireless system or a rack effects unit or something, you can choose to use the rear input versus the front input. They're not designed to run together, so pick one or the other. You've got a mute switch here, which allows you to mute your output for tuning, stuff like that. There's also a tuner input in the back. You have a 12 dB pad for any active instruments you may be using, high output instrument, and you could use that to also drive the front of the amp a little bit harder. You have a gain knob, which is pretty standard on most heads, with a little LED clip light here to let you know when you're pushing that head maybe a little too hard. This knob right here is your shape knob, which I think most bass players are probably going to use fairly often on this head. This drastically changes the EQ curve of the head, so you can dial it in quickly to give you a nice slap tone, and turn it to give you a very great, really good chorded tone, to finger tone, to pick tone. I mean, you can just, with the turn of one knob, drastically change the tone of the amp. So like I said, this knob will probably be utilized a lot with this head, especially with players who have a wide variety of styles that they're playing. Then you've got a 4-band EQ on the bottom, bass, bass, low mid, high mid, and treble. Boost and cut, so 12 o'clock is flat. You've got an auxiliary input control, so on the back of this there is a RCA connection, so if you want to run an iPad or drum machine or a loop station or something that allow you to be kind of a one-man band, and you can control that with your auxiliary input to balance the output of your bass. Then you've got a master volume, which is pretty standard stuff. A couple cool features up here. You have your DI level. At 12 o'clock, I did some recording when we had our clinic here. 12 o'clock would seem to be about the spot where I was having some aggressive playing, and it wasn't really clipping, so anywhere between like 12 and 2 o'clock is really kind of seemed to be the sweet spot for the DI. A cool feature that I haven't seen in any other heads is the sidechain level, which is, there's a sidechain input in the back, and you could adjust that on the front of your amp. You have a post and pre button for your DI. You have an effects loop, which has an on-off switch on the front here. Then a really cool feature I've been has really excited me about this head is the compression. Now, there's been a lot of heads that have had compression. The old Eden heads had built-in compression, but it was kind of just an on-off thing, and you didn't have any control over it. And anybody who is familiar with using compression, depending on the way you're playing, is really you have to dial in that compressor. It's if I'm playing real fast, I need a compressor that hits fast and releases quickly. And if I'm playing something a little slower, I want it to swell in and not be. I don't think there's really a one-size-fit-all compressor out there, personally. And that's got your threshold and ratio adjustment on the front, and then you've got a bypass switch for your compressor. Another really cool feature about this head is there's 4 different foot switchable options on this head, and it can just run a standard kind of like Fender TRS cable foot switch. It's just a standard foot switch that you can get off of just about any shelf, so you don't need a special 13-pin foot switch for this thing. You've got your standby switch over here as well. What's cool about that is, besides just bypassing your output of the speakers, you can still use your pre-section of the head. So if you're recording and you don't want to bother your neighbors and you want to shut the speakers off, you can do that, but still get use of the preamp section as well as the compression side of the amp by just engaging your standby, so you're just using that part of the amp. What we experienced during the clinic was, again, a very powerful head that seemed to be, the more you pushed it, the better the amp sounded. It's definitely got a lot of people really loving the tone, the definition we were getting out of it. And like I said, being so powerful yet so portable and lightweight, we really are excited to carry this head. I talked to Dave. He said these will be available for purchase probably end of March. Early April. They will come with mountable rack ears, and yeah, I'm just gonna go through try a bunch of different basses with it, and see what it sounds like. I'll be running it through the DNA DNS 210. I'll be getting a DI out of the back, and I will be using an AKG 414 to mic the speakers, and yeah, I'm just going to pick up a bunch of different basses and see what it sounds like. Here we go. idea of what the 1350 head from DNA sounds like, you should have noticed the definition, the clarity that I was getting out of this thing. Really warm and articulate sounding. Again, 1,350 watts in a 7-pound package is really kind of unheard of. We're really excited to carry the head. There's going to street at $14.99. They're going to be available end of March, early April. I spoke with Dave about that. They will ship with rack ears. Just a really killer head that I'm really excited to demo for you guys. We also carry the DNA line of cabinets. They come in 112, 210, 115. I really love the 115 by DNA. 110s, lightweight 112 as well. So if you have any questions on this product or any other products that we carry here at Bass Club Chicago, please don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us an email. Be sure to like us on Facebook if you haven't already. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like the videos. Follow us on Twitter, and we just recently started an Instagram page too. You can find all of these at Twitter, Facebook, youtube.com/BassClubChicago. So thanks so much for watching. Put the comments below, and until next time.